Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I'm back in the Philco 66B. I guess it's been about 24 hours since I set the video out that said that I was putting it up, and I had actually put it back in the case and put it back in storage. But your comments and encouragement and a thread on Philco forum made me realize that before I can really pull the plug on this one and say, well, it's just really going to be hard to close to impossible to repair. But this rotary switch, this wave band switch they call it, is notorious for locking up, and I feel like it probably locked up and somebody cranked it and whatever. But whatever the case is, it doesn't seem to have any stops. And I decided that after thinking about it, I was going to have to replace all these wires, and I was willing to accept that challenge, and that's difficult. That's hard to do. It's one thing at a time. But there's 12 on here, which means I was going to have to remove these off of this switch. So before I can do that, I need to repair the switch or replace the switch. So that led me down this rabbit hole to say that before I give up on this, I want to see what caused this to fail. It's probably cranking down on it made it fail, but why will it not stop? And there's either something broken, loose, or whatever. So we can see if we can repair that. Now, the thread on the forum said that there is this lock ring on this side. You take that off, and this is how you loosen the shaft and push it back through there. So that means that this center piece here should push backwards out, and then we can look and see. So before I could, comfortably say, and this buys me some time too, I've got some feelers out. If there's one out there, possibly could find another one. Who knows? But in the meantime, let's see if we can repair this before we give up on it. And that's why we're here now. So let's get that ring off and pull this out and see if there's anything that we can do with it. What I ended up doing is moving this around with a screwdriver a little bit, and then finally was able to get the corner. It really takes a real fine screwdriver. This wasn't it. But that's what I end up using, and able to get in there to pry it off. Now that's deformed, and I don't know that that'll go back, and we may end up having to find another one of these. Not sure if there's anything else there. That looks like it's moving. There's something right there. There's another piece of a ring, maybe. It's almost like a wire. Okay. So we'll save these two pieces unless the floor monster gets them, and then we will I'll flip this thing around and see if we can push this through and look at it, get a good video of it. We've got that ring out now. I'm going to try to push this out. kilohertz. Oh, that was those clips clip out. Need to make sure we record where these go for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, there's one already fell off down there. Has to be from this one. Pulled one off here. Pulled one there. So that would make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should there have been 6 somewhere? For 12 wires, should be 6. Well, let me back out just a little bit and see if we can figure out if there's any more missing and where they go and how to mark this. This is pretty greasy looking, but I need to figure out how to do this. This one was the deformed one. I'm hoping I can put that back into shape. I think I can. Well, on camera, it would have been better if I did it on camera, wouldn't it? Needs a little bit more tweaking, but I think we'll be okay. Now, I've got them all off. I feel a place I feel a place that see if I can get some more light in there. There's only one, and it hits in a certain spot, I believe. Let me look at this off camera a little bit. Okay, I said I needed to figure out where these go. This being out of position, it doesn't matter. There was 5 in a row, and I'm trying to determine whether there needed to be 6 in a row. And I can determine that by these, and these are fixed. I'll just have to go through here and trace out each one of these circuits and figure out which ones are being switched. Now, what the stop is all about is you can see behind this. Of course, this slides forward, and you can see this little detent there. Well, on the other side, and I'm trying to show all this, so as you can see that. And that is it. And what holds that in place is this ring. And that little piece of metal was probably a small, thin washer. So I'm sorry for the jerky motion, but I'm trying to get real close up for people to see this. And as you can see, when you get that in where it needs to be and hold it tight like that ring would, it'll only click like that. So the key is, going forward, is to determine what terminals these need to be, get all this cleaned up, try to get those clips back on here and press it in there without distorting those, find out which one I need to have those on. Then make sure I get a good spacer and clip on the front to hold this shaft that way and to hold tension on that detent in there. So it does that. And I think we can repair that. Now, if there's supposed to be 6 and we've only got 5, then we may have a problem, but we'll figure it out from here. Digging deeper, I find out, and I suspected there were 6, and somewhere down the line through the twisting or whatever, or going past stomp, one of them disappeared. I didn't see anything. I didn't count them when I first saw it. I just don't know. So what I'm going to do, getting a replacement is going to be very difficult. So what I've done is I've got a piece of brass strip. I've already, I don't know if you can see it or not, I've already measured the hole, got it lined out here, and I'm going to attempt to replicate one. And that's a big if. That's a big if. So right now I've got nothing else to lose but try it. So we're going to go with that. What I've done is I've marked off an approximate place for that little rectangular hole, and I've drilled a pilot hole. And now what I'm hoping to do is take my jeweler's saw, take it apart and put it in there and try to cut a rectangle hole, and then hopefully you can dress it and make the square hole. I think this is going to probably be the hardest thing to do, is get that to fit tight and secure, and then we'll take this one step at a time. I took my jeweler's saw after I drilled that hole and sawed a little rectangular hole. It's a little bit small, but I think if I can find my jeweler's file, I can, if they're small enough, I can get in there and enlarge that hole a little bit. Okay, this is a little bit larger than the original one, and but I think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to be used a whole lot, but I used the jeweler's saw. Never could find my jeweler's files, and So let's put it in and see how it works. Probably we won't know until we get it all together with all of them, see if it'll all go in. I've got them both in, or I got two of them in. I got the homemade one and that one. And I'm going to hold in so it doesn't go past the stop. I believe there's the stop there. That's as far as it should go right there. I'll have to check, make sure what this middle one is. If it's blank, we're good. Or it's all part of it. Only time will tell. We can do some more testing with it. Well, I went and done it that time. While making some adjustments, fine-tuning this thing, messed around and broke the phenolic ear off of that. I think that's what that's called, phenolic ear. That's gonna really leave a mark there for sure. I'm going to have to rethink this, and you guys knew I wasn't going to give up on this, didn't you? Deep down, but I guess the only other thing left at this point in time is to go ahead and look at the schematic and try to figure out just to wire it straight for broadcast only. And in the meantime, hopefully somebody will come up with one, which I think is pretty unlikely. I haven't gotten any feedback on it at all. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. And we're expecting a big snow in a couple of days, Wednesday, probably Friday or so. So don't know. Maybe snowed in, may have time to rebuild everything. So anyway, you guys let me know what you think, good or bad. So from Larry from the hills of Tennessee, thanks for watching.